This is a case study about the dilemma Robert faces when asked to make a decision regarding his team at a college in Colorado with a team of people in Texas. My name is Jamie Arnold, and I will be taking you through the case, adding in my opinions here and there. Please note that the case you're about to study is true, only the names have been changed to protect the innocent. The main issue in this case study is whether or not Robert and his team should stay in Texas and keep prospecting for students, or should they abandon their mission. Robert has been asked to give his recommendation based on several key factors. 2 years ago, the vice president of enrollment at the college in Colorado sent out an email announcing that he would be putting together a team of 4 people to move into the state of Texas and help develop the online student population in that area. He would need a director and 3 enrollment counselors to make up the team. Robert had been waiting for a chance like this, and since his family was from Texas, he felt it was a part of God's plan, so he applied to become the director of the Texas team. Upon being hired as the director, it was his job to hire 3 team members. In the end, he went with 1 internal candidate who had been with the school for 4 years and was willing to move, along with 2 individuals who were from Texas and would know the area well. The balance would make a well-rounded team. Next, Robert had to get the materials his team would need in order to begin work in Texas. They received computers and all of the technology they needed, but were asked to hold off on receiving any marketing materials, as the marketing department was in over its head with another project. In the months following, the team had a very slow start. The team members from Texas underwent extensive training in Colorado. In the early days, things were rough for Robert and his team, as the vice president did not have much knowledge about how to open a new center. Marketing could not support his requests, and this was the first time he was ever running a team, let alone opening a new center in a new state. Over the next 2 years, there were many things that Robert learned. He learned that people in Texas love Colorado, and they were always willing to listen to what he and his team had to say. They also loved God. Being a school that welcomed the discussion of faith in their classes made Robert's school very appealing to many. But the numbers were just not there. His team was out and about meeting potential students, but not converting them into actual students. His marketing efforts had increased, but were still limited by a leader in marketing who didn't believe in the project. Robert's team had hit some hard times too. His lack of leadership experience was felt almost immediately upon beginning the team, and he had to do a lot to overcome the trust issues his team had, especially when it came to his ability to get this center off the ground. The team was doing amazing things when it came to acquiring transfer students from 2-year community colleges, and they made great relationships with other schools who were willing to help them out. 2 years in, and Robert was facing the decision he had never wanted to make. Should the team stay or should they go? If they stayed, what would it take to make the team more successful? Robert's school has over 5,000 online students, with Texas being the 3rd largest population of online students. Colorado obviously is the first, and California is the second. The school's reputation is very good in all states, as the former president was a U.S. Senator and humanitarian. The school is doing amazingly well financially and would be able to support the decision to stay. Team members have established working conditions and relationships in community colleges and businesses in the area. Most of the team has a strong desire to see the project succeed. Unfortunately, the team was sent to Texas with no experience in starting a center and a leader who had very little experience. The facts for Texas education are that many in Texas can go to school nearly free as long as it is at a Texas public school. The issues that Robert faced are, number 1, a lack of marketing. The current marketing team does not support the project in Texas. They make limited efforts to get him what he needs, and no new marketing has been made for the Texas team. Robert knows that money is available for marketing efforts, but doesn't have the creativity on his own. There are many Christian radio stations in the area that would be willing to support Robert and his efforts. And the population of Texas is very open to listening to Christian ads, even on secular radio and secular television. The next issue he faces is how to differentiate from the competition. First, we know that being a Christian college definitely differentiates from most of the other schools in Texas. Being from a very popular state of Colorado and having no additional tuition is also a draw. However, the state supports local schools, and some people from Texas have never even heard of Colorado Christian University. Also, Texans love their sports teams. Being a college that doesn't have a football team is a hardship for Colorado College in Texas. And another positive for Robert is that at his school, students receive a more intimate and educational experience than at a larger school. Robert knows that there are potential marketing opportunities. He'd like to create relationships and give back to the community. One way is at the Veterans Hospital in Dallas, where he can work with veterans and faculty and staff to give back and to educate. He also has partnered with radio stations like WayFM, KLove, and Air One. Here we see the main competition that Robert's team has. These are the Texas-specific schools. This does not include the schools that are from outside of Texas, like Grand Canyon and many others. The lack of a physical location in Texas is one of Robert's greatest issues. The number one question both he and his team get when they are out in the public is, where is your office located? While his team and himself work from home, a location needs to be decided upon if he makes the decision for his team to stay. Finally, Robert needs to determine if they will receive the support they need if they decide to stay. Will leadership support his decision? Will they give him the training that he needs along with the training his team needs? Will marketing be willing to support his decision and come up with a creative ad to put them on the map in Texas? Will his team support his decision and get behind him on the need for an office? What ethical impact does this decision have? Can Robert make this decision from a business standpoint and not a personal one? And how can they be successful? What are the standards and the means that will determine that this team is successful? If the answer to those questions is yes, I would recommend that Robert and his team go ahead, keep trying in Texas, get the knowledge to have an amazing experience, and share the word of God in Texas.